This is my MAC lipstick collection. Welcome to everybody watching today. Thank you so very much for joining me. Today I'm going to be swatching all 25 of my MAC lipsticks on the back of my hand and on my lips to showcase all of these colors to you. This is a lipstick collection I've built over the years. I also have a couple of their lip liners, but I haven't really bought any of those new, so I think if you watch my video that I did last year, where I also show you some of the combinations of how I like to pair some of the lip liners with the lipsticks, I'm just going to refer you to that. But I did get some new lipsticks in. As I said, this is something I've been building on over the years. I used to have exclusively MAC as high-end lipsticks for a while. A lot of those early on ones had expired on me, so I either replaced those, and then of course, in the past few years, MAC has revamped a lot of the lipstick lines, and they've come up with new shades that made me very exciting. So we're going to start with the lightest things, which are mainly like nudes. Then we're going into my brown family. Then I've got some brighter picks. Then I've got some reds. And then we have our deep vampy shades. So we're going to start with we're going to end with the vampiest things because it's going to make it a lot easier for me. Currently on my lips is this lip oil from Tocobo. This is in the shade Black Cherry, in case you were wondering. So I'm going to take this off, and I'm going to talk you through and swatch all of these MAC lipsticks for you. So I got my nails done at an event over the weekend a couple of weeks ago, and one of the nails is bare because of that, because the lady who was doing it for the first time was the first time she was applying chrome to anyone's nails, and this is my first time wearing chrome on my nails, so I haven't taken care of them properly enough. So if you see any chips or anything like that in this video in the next few weeks to come, then I do apologize. But yeah, this finger didn't last very long because of me, essentially. We are going to start things off with Syrup. This is a lipstick that I didn't have last year, but this is a lipstick that I have had in the past, which is why mine doesn't look that used, because this is something I had to repurchase. So Syrup is a luster glass finish lipstick. It's very sheer and it's very easy to wear. It's a really good mauve tone if you're looking for that. It's nicely cool toned, but it does have a little bit of color, and it's that My Lips But Better kind of shade with a bit of shine. And here is what Syrup looks like on me. Nicely cool toned. It's really leading towards that Barbie pink, but without it being too Barbie pink. This is such a great shade for me in the winter time because of the glossy finish. It's very nourishing for the lips as well. I just really feel that for that reason it's so wearable. It's not something I would wear in the summertime as much. I would go for something with a little bit more warmth in it. We're moving in with another luster glass, and this is Alone Time, and this was recommended by so many people on TikTok as being a great cool toned sort of brown lipstick. Because of the sheer formula this has, I did put it with this sort of category of like more nudes, because that's how I feel it works on me. I also have some like true brown tones, which they came out with first. And I do really like this, but mainly because of the formula. I'm a little bit unsure how I like this on myself, especially right now. I'm wearing a summer dress, which is why you can only see my straps. Again, in the fall with like a good lip liner, I feel this works quite well on me, but I have to work really hard to make this shade work, I feel. And here is what Alone Time looks like on me. Like I said, I like this shade on myself, but I feel I need to give it a little bit more definition. I wouldn't just wear it as is. This is really beautiful though, but this is really pretty on me with a little bit of grayish lip liner underneath it. That's one of my faves. Next up is Pink Peppermint, and Pink Peppermint is a really nice blue toned pink. They used to have a shade that was called something slightly differently. I think it was Pink Plaid. That was in their matte range, and this is in the sleek satin range. So a slightly different formula. I used to own that like way, way, way back in the day. And this is that true Barbie pink. Again, something that I weirdly like to wear with a bit of grayish lip liner. And this is Pink Peppermint. I find this looks a little bit dead on me because of the white base that this has. And it's a little bit, like, I almost feel like the texture, because it has that creaminess to it, makes it look a little bit weird. So with grayish lip liner, it really sort of gives it a bit more of a, like, definition to play off of. And then I like it a lot better. When I first bought this shade, I was really, really unsure of it. And then I started playing with some lip liners and I really enjoyed it. So Not this way, this full on. I don't like it that way on myself, but with a bit of lip liner, it does work. Next up, we have one of my all-time favorite MAC lipsticks. This is Brave. This one expired on me, and I instantly repurchased it. I didn't even want to wait for this to come out in the new lipstick formula. I actually hunted this down online because it had already sold out in all the stores near me when they discontinued the sleek or the satins. And this has a little bit more like warmth compared to Pink Peppermint. So Pink Peppermint is very blue, and Brave almost looks like a very warm rose next to it. But Brave is also one of the cooler options in the MAC lipstick range. So here's what Brave looks like on me. I'm not sure what this shade looks like currently because I still have the old formula. But this I feel is stunning on me. This is great actually for the summertime. I love this shade. It is sort of barely there, so I do feel I need to amp up my makeup perhaps a little bit more. And if my chest is this bare, I don't really like the look of it. I think I like a red better if I'm like dressed like this, but because as I feel everything just becomes one color, and that's not always my favorite thing to do, you could say. But I think Brave is an excellent pick from MAC. And by the way, if you want to know anything about my undertone, I have fair skin that is neutral leaning cool, and in MAC foundation I'm N11, so that gives you perhaps a little bit of an idea of what my natural shade is. I'm wearing some foundation that I was testing out today, so I don't feel like it was necessarily the best shade for me. For this time of year, I would probably want to have a little bit more yellow in my skin tone for the summertime. Because of that neutral undertone, I feel like I can get away with a lot. So that makes it super easy for testing out makeup and stuff. And I do have purpley, quite pigmented lips naturally. So a lot of my lipsticks I actually found over time, just if people say it's like warm tone, my lips kind of mess up the undertone of the lipstick sometimes. So tried a lot of things, and these are all things from MAC that I feel work for me. This one I've never worn before because this is not a lipstick I picked out for myself. This is Thanks It MAC. This is another luster glass, and this is a very popular sort of beigey nude lipstick, but this was gifted to me as a freebie, as a gift with purchase when I bought some other things from MAC in the Black Friday sales. So this wasn't something that I had clocked as something that I might like. It's probably going to be the most peachy thing in this lineup today because I don't really do peaches anymore. It's giving pillow talk to me. It's like that warm, rosy, peachy tone, which is very flattering on a lot of people. It will probably look good on me, especially now, like right now that it's the summertime. I think I can get away with it, but this is probably not something I'm going to wear a lot. And here is Thanks It's MAC. It's not as orange as I had expected. I thought that this was going to look like a creamsicle on me. I've definitely had shades like that in the past. This is still okay. I think it's because of the luster glass finish that is really similar to Syrup and Alone Time. That means I can get away with it because it means that my natural purpliness comes through and it kind of neutralizes the lipstick so it doesn't look as orange as it does here on the back of my hand, which I think is a good thing. This is actually really nice. I think it actually adds enough color to my face for right now. I'm thinking I'm liking this a lot better than I thought I would. Moving on to another old favorite that I still have in the old packaging, another one that expired on me and that I had to repurchase. This is Twig. This is my all-time favorite nude from MAC. This is the one that I wear the most. If I reach for a MAC lipstick, it's this one. And I'm gonna swatch it next to Thanks It's MAC. Yeah. Twig has a little bit more purple running through it. It's got... I do think they still do this, but they did change the name ever so slightly. So here is what Twig looks like in a swatch. It's like if you were to mix Brave and a little bit of Thanks It's MAC together. It's probably why I like both of those shades too. And here is what Twig looks like on me. Need I say more? It's not too brown, it's not too pink, it's not too perfect purple. It's right smack in the middle of all three of those things for me. And this is just my best nude by MAC. It's just, it adds the right amount of color. I really feel it sort of brightens and lightens up my face the minute I put it on. Like, this complements every single makeup look I do at all times. It's one of my all-time favorite lipsticks for a reason, and there's a reason why I rushed out to get it the minute my original one expired. And next up is another one of my all-time favorites that I repurchased because it had expired, but they're still doing it. This is Mehr, and Mehr is a really good mauve tone. Really, really pretty. It's sort of like the more intense version of Syrup, so I'm swatching it right below it. Syrup is more creamy, less matte. This is more intense color-wise, and it has a little bit less shine, but I really feel that, like, undertone-wise, they have a very similar value in terms of what this shade does. Because of the matte formula, though, I like this a little bit better because it just means there's more opacity and it just adds more color to my face, which is what I like. And here is what Mehr looks like on my face. And as you can see, I like this a little bit better on me because it just adds more color to my face overall. So therefore, this is excellent in my book. It's really, really good. Another firm favorite, another one that I repurchased the moment I could, simply because a lot of other high-end brands don't really do a really good matte mauve tone like this one is. So this is definitely one of the best ones that I've used from any sort of brand in terms of like a mauve tone that is matte. You will have seen my mauve tone video that went live last week, where I also show you some other options. I feel the drugstore does mauve tones a lot better than high-end brands. A lot of high-end brands insist on putting brown in their mauves. This is one of the coolest toned mauves on the, like, in the high-end market I have found personally. Speaking of a mauve that has a bit more brown to it, you could look into Soar. In fact, Mehr, which I've just shown you, is a lipstick that I used to wear together with Soar lip liner. I still love that combo, but they have come out with Soar as a lipstick shade in the new Maximal Matte range when they launched that. So Soar is another beautiful lipstick. This is more of a fall option for me, not something I would wear right now, but Soar is also a really pretty option if you have a deeper skin tone than mine and you're looking for that mauve nude tone, but it's going to work for you if you have like medium to deep skin. I think you're gonna love this. So here is what Soar looks like on me. It just has more depth. And it's got a little bit more purple to it. It's a little bit more of a cooler brownish purple tone that it has. So here you can see them side by side. And you can see that Mehr is a little bit more pink and Soar is a little bit more brown purple. And I really like this on me. Like I said, I prefer this on me in the fall time because that's when I tend to go for these kinds of shades a little bit more. I never really know where to put this color, but this is one of the Powder Kiss lipsticks. This is the shade Stay Curious. And this is like a nude red. It's not quite red, it's not quite brown, it's not quite nude, and yet it's all of those things. I always call this the entry-level red for people who don't know if they suit a very vibrant red lipstick. This is actually a really good alternative to a very vibrant red because it has that nude sort of level to it. It's very wearable and very inoffensive, and it's not going to look like too kapow on your face. But once we get to the actual reds, you can see what an actual red does for my complexion and why I like wearing it so much. I don't wear it as often as I used to, but like for like a good couple of years, a red lipstick by MAC was actually my go-to color. So I still have that lipstick. But here is what Stay Curious looks like swatch. And in this lighting, it looks a little pink, but trust me, it's a red. And here is what Stay Curious looks like on me. As you can see, it has red, but it's very sort of subtle red. And you could wear this instead of a nude lipstick like the ones I've just shown you, and nobody's going to bat an eyelash. Like, nobody's going to look at you and say, like, are you suddenly wearing red lipstick? But it's very flattering, it's really beautiful, and especially if you like wearing very neutral eye looks and you just want to add a little bit of color to your look, then a lipstick like this is excellent. And the Powder Kiss formula also has this very blurry, very sort of soft, defined look to it, so it's never going to look too crazy, like with a full-on matte, you could say. So I feel like this formula combined with the shade is what really sets this apart in my makeup collection. Next we get the brown tones, and I invested in Verve. I don't think they still do this, but as far as a brown tone MAC lipstick goes, this is actually one of the best ones for me personally, and one of the reasons for it is that it has quite a bit of red to it. So Verve is right here, and it's got this like plummy reddish brown. It's almost like one of those like cola, dirty cola kind of shades that was very trending a couple of years ago. I really enjoy it for that reason. This is a stunning shade in the fall time. I should wear this more often. I picked this shade using the old Back to MAC program, where you could take your old MAC products back to a MAC counter and they would give you a lipstick for free for, I think, 5 items. And that's how I recycled a lot of my old MAC products actually over the years. And this is one of the lipsticks I picked out because it was like, if I'm going to get a free lipstick, let's get something that I wouldn't normally pick. Do I wear it as often as I should? No, but I know it's good in the fall time for me. And here's what Verve looks like. I know it's got that right hint of vampiness to it that really sort of makes it stand out. This is a very special lipstick to me because it is such a beautiful shade. I really need to bust this out in the fall time, because this in the fall time, let me tell you, it's stunning. It's a stunning lipstick. So then we have a couple of the brown lipsticks that MAC released when they did like a re-release of some cult favorite lipsticks from the 90s. In that light, they released Folio. And this is a beautiful lipstick, I'm not gonna lie, but it's not really my shade. It's perhaps just a touch too yellow. I'm gonna put it on one end of my hand. Again, I need to wear a lip liner with this to make it look right, right? Not a bad lipstick at all. If you love this, you do you, but it's not really quite right for me. So here is what Folio looks like on me. Is it horrible? No. With a lip liner, I can get away with it, but it's definitely giving off clay, or like, you know, that sort of dead concealer look kind of thing to the lip. It's not my favorite for that reason, but it is a beautiful shade if I sort of do the work, you could say. Then I can definitely make it work, but it takes work, and that's why I don't wear it as often as I should. And we have the shade that they said was going to be a cool tone version of Teddy. This is Cool Teddy. This is not cool tone, at least not on me. This looks pretty orange on me. The original Teddy that I used to own did that as well. This is closer though to the original Teddy that I had, because the original Teddy I had was more than a decade old by the time it expired. It lasted a very long time, and I feel that this is closer to that version of Teddy than Teddy nowadays. So I feel that this is what they used to do. And this definitely does have a little bit of pink, so it definitely does work on me, but it's giving peach. Here is Cool Teddy. Is it horrible? No. Is this a pretty nude on me? Yes. But again, there's just something about it that doesn't make me wear it as often. Then again, with a lip liner, say it with me, yes, with a lip liner this does work. But I definitely, again, feel that with this one, I have to make it like, I need to work with it a little bit more. Of the 3, though, that I have, I like Cool Teddy best. Folio is too yellow. And Stone, which everybody was saying is going to be very cool toned. I mean, it's definitely a cooler brown, but this looks green on me. So there's just something about the undertones of these brown tones that MAC does that just doesn't really go with my complexion, I find. And here is what Stone looks like on me. I like this though, because it does look really edgy and different on me. I like it for that reason. I do own Stone lip liner, so that's the combo I usually wear with this. But this, there's just something about it. Once it goes onto my lips, it just looks slightly off. It no longer looks like a brown. It doesn't look like a grayish brown on me. It looks like a muddy, greenish clay shade. And I don't love that. I don't love the green undertone it does, and it also makes my teeth look really green and horrible. It's like I've just kissed Shrek or something like that. I mean, it's a look. It's a commitment if I want to go for this. Like I said, it's edgy. It's different. I do like that. But this is not something I'll be wearing every single day. Could I get away with wearing this to work? Certainly. I could wear this to work. I can make it work in a work situation. You can make this look less crazy, you could say. Moving on to the bright shades then, and I think I'm gonna start with Morange. There's only one reason why I own this lipstick, and that's because I'm Dutch. And if you're Dutch, you need things that are bright orange in your life, because that's the color of our national sports teams. So if you're into like the World Cup that's going on currently, this is exactly the shade of orange that our national team wears. I have a couple of orange items in my house for that reason. So an orange lipstick it is, so that if I go watch a match somewhere, I can wear orange lipstick if I want to. And this is Morange. It's just a bright orange lipstick. I think this is one of their amplifieds. Yes, and I think that's a range they've discontinued, so that may be hard to find by now. I'm not entirely sure. I have another amplified lipstick in a second, but I, like, as far as needing a bright orange lipstick in your life goes, this fits the bill really nicely. I have another amplified here. This is Impassioned. This stems from the days when I still loved coral lipstick, which is why mine is so beat up, because when I was in my 20s, actually, coral was my shade. I wouldn't necessarily wear it a lot anymore now, but since this is such a relic, once it expires on me, it goes straight into my makeup memory box. But, you know, this is a good one to just have on hand for when I want to go for that coral moment. Because if there is a good coral lipstick shade, it's Impassioned. Let me put that swatch on a little bit more fully. So let me show you. And here's Impassioned, a really nice, bright, neon almost level of coral. It's got pink, it's got a little bit of that orange to it, but not too much. And I think that's why it still works for me. A lot of corals are always very orange pooling, whereas coral is very often, like in the color spectrum, it's very often like a mix of pink and peach, or like a pink and an orange. And this is one that skews more towards the pink side of things, which is why I've always liked it. I still like this. It still looks objectively good on me, I feel. It's just not really something that I reach for all the time. If I nowadays go for something that's a bright pink, I commit and I go for a bright pink. Like something like Lisa Eldridge's Velvet Carnival comes to mind. Moving on then to Rebel. This is another one of their satins. Not sure they still do it. This is one of those lipstick that looks very, very intimidating in the tube, but then when you actually wear it, it's actually not that bad. It's this really beautiful bluish purpley sort of shade. Let me put it right here with the other bright thing so you can see that. It's a really pretty shade in the fall time. It's so, so special. I hope they still do this. I hope they still do it in the regular satin range. And here is MAC's Rebel. And this instantly puts a smile on my face. The minute I put this on, I'm like, yes, that is absolutely stunning. This is such a gorgeous lipstick. I need to whip this out again. It's such a wearable purple. Like, it's purple, but it's got pink. This is such a good shade. I love this shade to pieces. I need to wear it more often. We are moving on to another, this is another like powder kiss formula. This is Lasting Passion. And this is more of like a strawberry pinkish red. It's a very different red compared to other reds I have in my collection. It reminds me a little bit of Strawberry Shock by Lisa Eldridge, but that one is more vibrant. This one is pretty though. And you can see, especially in a swatch, how pink this is. It's a red skewing pink rather than a true red, I feel. And here is Lasting Passion. Really beautiful because of the Powder Kiss formula. This is, again, that very blurry sort of vibe, and that makes it very, very easy to wear. It's, again, a really good entry-level red if you don't want to wear full-on red like I'm about to show you. I've got 4 options there as well. But Lasting Passion is really beautiful for a more subtle, more pinky tone. Let's move on. So I have 8 more lipstick for you, but my camera battery is running low really, really quickly, so I hope I can make it. This is New York Apple. This is another red that I have. This is a Frost. Another one that I picked out with my back to MAC sort of Returns, I've put it up here because it's a little bit deeper. It's got a bit of plum. It's got a little bit of shine. It's a different lipstick for me for sure. Not something I reach for all the time. And this is New York Apple. It's almost like a more subtle version of Rebel, I feel. It's got that plumminess to it, which I like. It's very sort of fall coated though. And even though it's a frost, I don't find it so frosty. So it's a good entry-level frost. But frosty lipsticks aren't really a thing, I feel. So I'm not sure if they still do this line. And then one of my all-time favorite MAC lipsticks, if you're looking for a really good orange-toned red, Lady Danger. This used to be my go-to in the summertime. I would wear this all the time. Now I have Lisa Eldridge's Velvet Dragon, so this isn't something I wear a whole that often, but I have it. It's a MAC lipstick, and I still love it till this day. This is another one that I would put in a makeup memory box just for the memories. You know what I mean? And here is Lady Danger. I think this is a beautiful lipstick. Do I wear such warm-toned lipsticks on myself anymore? Not really. I just don't. And it's not that I don't think this looks good. It's just that ever since I've figured out like what undertone I am and what looks like best on me, I'm sort of skipping shades like this, but again, back in my coral days, this was another shade I wore all the time. And then there is also a really nice brown-toned red from MAC. This is Chili. This is really pretty. It's very similar to Velvet Cinnabar by Lisa Eldridge, even though I do feel there are MAC lipsticks that are closer to Velvet Cinnabar, but I've personally not tried those, but this is the closest in my personal collection. I like this, but because I have Velvet Cinnabar, I tend to reach for that in the fall time over this. So this is another one of those lipsticks where I'm like, I like you, but don't wear it as often as I should anymore. And here is MAC's Chili, another really good shade. I like this a lot, but especially in this lighting, I feel you can sort of see that it's a little bit too yellow for me, which is why it's not my favorite. I actually am going to get a color analysis done. I've gifted myself a color analysis for funsies for my birthday as a present to myself. So that's going to happen this summer. So I'm really curious as to what we're going to come up with. Because especially with my bare chest out, I feel like this situation, like some people think I'm a soft autumn and then I see shades like this on myself and I'm like, I'm not even sure if I'm going to be in the autumn category. You know what I mean? I don't know. This, pretty, yes. My best shade, no. Do I therefore wear it a lot? Also no. And the final red I have for you, and the best red I have from MAC, this is Russian Red. Everybody loves Ruby Woo for a blue tone red, but my preferences has always been Russian Red. This shade was made in collaboration with Madonna for her Blonde Ambition tour in the 90s, and let me tell you, this is one of the best reds. If Lisa Eldridge's Velvet Ribbon is too bright for you, look into this, because it's a blue tone classic red, but it's not as vibrant and neon looking as Velvet Ribbon is. But it still packs a punch. And here is Russian Red. Need I say more? Need I say more? There's just something about this lipstick. The minute I put it on, I'm like, yes, this suits me. It perks up my face. It makes me instantly look brighter and more alive. It's one of the reasons why I adore red lipstick so much on myself. It's just one of the best colors to wear, in my personal opinion. We have 4 lipsticks left. My lip line is disappearing. My camera battery is dying as we speak, so I'm going to speed you through all of these. This one I need to save for last. We're going to start with D for Danger, and this is like a deeper red, sort of vampy shade. It's still a red, but this I categorize as a vampy shade in my brain, because it just is. Is it beautiful? Yes. This is one of the newer ones. I never used to own this shade. And it's sort of like a red with a little bit more plum. It leans more berry, you could say. You know what I mean? This is why I feel like I may actually do have that very cool undertone as well, or at least why cool tones look better on me, because those orange toned reds that I swatch for you, I felt looked a little bit off, and then I put something like this on that has a lot of blue in it, and I'm like, hello. Like, there's just something that happens to my face when I wear shades like this, and I'm here for it. D for Danger is another one on the list for wearing more so in the fall time, because this is a fall red. Next up is Diva, and Diva is a shade that I picked up because I thought it was discontinued, but you guys told me, no, they did bring it back in the new range. Another shade I used to own that was discontinued, and then I repurchased it because I loved it so much. It expired on me, and now I am the proud owner of another one, and it's actually pretty similar to D for Danger, but I bought that because I thought Diva had gone, but this is actually more red than D for Danger. Maybe I should give it a swatch here so you can really see the difference. But you can see that Diva is a little bit more red, a little bit deeper even than D for Danger is, and a little less plump. Let me show you. So here is Diva on my lips. Love this. This is very sort of Velvet Jazz, I do feel. So Velvet Jazz by Lisa Eldridge is one of my favorites from the line, and I feel like the difference between Velvet D for Danger and Diva is the difference between Velvet Jazz and Velvet Duchess. Those are two of my favorite Lisa Eldridge shades as well. I just fare really well wearing shades like this. This is really nice and vampy, really pretty. It goes with any eye look. I actually like this because I have this like plumminess to my eye look today as well. And it's quite subtle, you know, barely there. I did amp up my blush just a touch because I knew I was going to be swatching these more intense lipsticks. And especially if you're then wearing like a turtleneck or like a nice little blouse that has something going on here and my hair is down, it really comes together. It's too hot to be wearing my hair down today, guys. It really, really is. We're due a heat wave again here in the Netherlands the next few days. Next up is a shade that I wasn't sure of, but I saw everybody raving about this on TikTok and I just wanted to try it on me. This is Film Noir. And this is dark. It's more brown, reddish, berry, purple-ish sort of thing. This is dark. I think it's a satin. Yes, it's one of their satin formulas, so it's right here. Next to my first swatch of Diva. And I do wear this with a lip liner as well. Not Moth. What's the lip liner again? Root for Me. This with Root for Me lip liner was like the combo that everybody was going gaga for. And it was sort of my first like foray into like the cherry cola sort of lip look. And this in the fall time, again, stunning. So here is what Film Noir looks like on me. I really enjoy this shade. It's not for the faint of heart. This isn't something I'm going to be wearing to like, you know, go to work or grocery shop. It's definitely something I wear more so for filming videos. Like I said, with Root for Me lip liner, it is actually really beautiful on. And again, I do need to wear my hair down and like have a little bit more going on here for it to really, really shine. I actually feel that because I swatched all those other lipsticks and there is a bit of a stain from all the purpley and reddish tones I've swatched before it, it actually makes it look better because I feel that this lipstick looks best on me if I pair it with some berry tones, and then it looks really stunning. It's again a little bit more edgy, a little bit different, but it's sort of like, on me, it reads like a blackened berry, and I really like that look. So this is just something that I need to be a bit braver for to wear it more on the daily. And finally, for the truly vampy moments, I have mixed media. So MAC used to do a lipstick called Media, but it was a satin. They've changed it to the matte formula now, and now it's called Mixed Media. And it's sort of like if D for Danger and Diva had a baby and you make it darker. This is more of a purpley black and plum sort of thing. I thought Film Noir was going to be lighter, but I think it's actually like a bit of a tie. This is beautiful. I think I used to own Sin, but I've always wanted to own Media, but because it was a satin formula, I didn't buy it because it was so slippery. So now that it's in a matte formula, I have the shade I want in the formula I want. But previously, I used to own Sin, but rather than repurchasing Sin, I bought this one now. And here is Mixed Media, which I, as I said, really, really love the look of. I think this is a stunning shade on me, especially in the wintertime. It's sort of, it rivals, I never know whether it's Velvet Midnight by Lisa Eldridge or the other one. There's like two of these really deep shades. One is a really deep red and one was a really deep purple that Lisa Eldridge used to do, but she discontinued both of them. But I like this one even better than I do my Lisa Eldridge one, and that is Rare. Very often if I have a close shade by Lisa Eldridge that's very comparable to a MAC lipstick, I will prefer the Lisa Eldridge version, but this one I truly, truly like prefer the MAC version of it. And I have Night Moth lip liner, and that goes with this beautifully as well. That I do need that to make it look really sharp and precise, because a shade this dark does need that on me. But again, the plumminess of this, it's like the more amped up version of Rebel, I feel. Where did Rebel go? I think Rebel is up here. That purpley tone. It's like the deeper, more intense version of Rebel almost on me. And that's why I like it. This stains really beautiful. It wears in really well throughout the day. This is a beautiful lipstick. Is this something I wear in the height of summer when we're having a heat wave? No. But I do really enjoy this shade. So just to give you a bit of a close-up, here are all of my MAC lipsticks swatched for you. I really hope this video was helpful and that I wasn't too long-winded, but I always like explaining a little bit about why I like lipsticks or how they came into my life. Makeup for me is just also just a really fun process, so I hope you were here for the ride. Thanks so much for watching this video today. Thumbs up the video if you liked it, and subscribe because I do hope to post again 4 times a week as normal, and then I hope to see you again really, really soon in a new video. Bye-bye!